Hello again. It looks like President Trump just signed the bill and we have the $1 trillion. How does that help us right now? So as we mentioned in the previous video, and if you haven't watched it, you can go back and look. That's an overview of what's going on right now. And I am really excited. This is law. We can go ahead and act right away. You have to remember now, this new measures that have been just approved, some of them we don't have a way to implement it yet. We can't go and get it yet because some of the forms have not been released. We can't apply for everything just yet. Some of the things will be rolled out in the next week or so. Some of them will take a little bit longer to be implemented, to be propagated. So let me walk through like a small list of items that are included in this bill. And as I promised, in the days to come, I will go into details. I have a few questions on specific parts of the bill that I have client or interested parties that would like to know, and I will cover that the next video. Stay tuned. It's going to be the FFCRA. It's about the payroll tax, and are you, if you're, this is for business owners, and if you have employees, are you required to pay them? What's the sick leave, the emergency sick leave, and if they have to take more time off, and if you are closed due to government restrictions, you're not an essential business. We'll tackle every single detail that we have on that, so you know what to do, next steps on that, what kind of businesses are affected. So that's the next video. That's going to come tomorrow, which is going to be March 28th. So right now we're going to go in the CARES Act that Trump just signed today, and it's amazing. It's a really good thing for the economy. And again, take advantage of only what you need. Not everything is up for grabs, in the sense, don't take more than you actually need. The same like toilet paper, right? We just buy what we actually need. So I'll go over a couple of things that are included in here. So we have right now $350 billion in loans that we can get that are not, that you don't have to pay them back. This is a huge number. Yet, when you think about how many small businesses are in the United States, this amount will go by fast, and everyone wants the free loans, right? So you have to know exactly what you qualify for so you can apply really fast. It appears that the application will be, I mean, you can already prepare the application, but you can actually start applying, it looks like April 6th, as of right now. New developments are coming by the hour, so we'll keep you posted on that. And this will be for you if you had to pay payroll taxes, if you have mortgage interest, if you have independent contractors. Now there's a special classification for them, the same as employees. And I have a lot of questions. A lot of my clients have independent contractors, and this is a big deal because now you don't, if you have 90% of your workforce being independent contractors, this bill qualifies you as well. You can be compensated so you can keep paying them, which is an amazing deal. You can get a loan. They don't have to pay back. They're guaranteed loans. For some of them, there's no credit check, which is a really good thing. But you have to remember that you have to track disbursement of funds, that you have to apply for the forgivable expense. You have to document all the appropriate amounts so you don't have to pay back the loan. Let's see what else is in here. They have something called advance payments. Now, in this, if you apply for some loans, not all loans, if you apply for loans and you need emergency cash, right? It's an advance loan. Up to $10,000, you can get cash in 3 days. Okay, if the loan doesn't go through, you might be able to keep the cash without paying it back, which is an amazing deal. It may be forgiven. There's specific clauses there. We just have to make sure that we know every single little detail before you take the cash and spend it, to know what you have, what your next steps are after you take the loan. Which that's an emergency grant up to $10,000. If you have retirement funds, this is included in the CARES Act, you can take up to $100,000 to be used without penalties. Now, you have to provide evidence that that is for COVID-19 related distributions, and that's very broad. What's that related contribution or distribution actually? Do you have to care for someone else? Do you have to take time off? So there's not enough information right now. What would you need to support it? if the IRS will come back and ask you to prove the distribution that it was COVID-19 related, how would you prove it? What kind of documentation? So you have to think long term. Um, and whatever you do right now and you receive money, you need to track it. You need to make sure you keep all the expenses. Be really organized. Everything you spend for this period of time. And the deadline here, where this begins, March 18th, seems like to be the deadline when this began, when the grants and the loans and the payroll credits begin. So everything that you've done from the middle of March, I would document. So if you need to go back and prove what you've spent, what you didn't spend, what comparable expenses for this month or the previous month or previous quarter, to make sure that we have that in place. We have 10 billion in disaster loans right now. You can get additional disaster loans, 7B SBA loans. That's to use for other expenses other than payroll, rent, mortgage interest, and independent contractors, okay, and utilities. Defer your payroll taxes for 2 years. So you would pay 2020 payroll taxes. You would pay 50% in 2021 and 50% in 2022. Now, if you need to, again, so you have to really discuss with the professional here to see what makes more sense. When are you going to have more income from a tax planning perspective? And we can have another conversation at the end. There's COVID-19 tax planning conversation that I plan to have a video on. There's just other things right now that are really important that we'll focus on right now. Get a rebate for $2,400 if you're married, $1,200 if you're an individual. It appears that you don't have to apply for this. It will happen almost automatically. How that's going to be rolled out, we don't know yet. It's not available. So we'll keep you up to date. The IRS has not released the information yet, but we'll keep you informed as soon as that becomes available. There's additional funds for dependents as well. If you had losses in 2018, 2019, 2020, we can go back and amend the tax returns to get cash back. Amazing deal. This is law. So now we can actually go ahead and do it. So we could go back. So how that works is instead of carrying the NOL forward, we can go and carrying it back. Refundable payroll tax credit for 50% of the wages paid. Again, the credit is provided up to $10,000 per employee. And you have another payroll, and that's in the other package, where you can have up to $2,000 per employee per quarter. Okay, so there are different types of credits, different types of qualifications. Again, this is an amazing opportunity. If you're struggling right now, if you need help, make sure that you reach out. I'd be more than happy to have a strategy call with you to discuss the bill, to see what applies to you, what makes sense for you and your business right now. Like this post so we can have most people see it. If they need help, I'm more than happy to provide more information. Any questions, make sure you post a comment below. If you want to book an appointment with me, look in the link below, and I'll see you during the appointment. We'll see what's the next step for you. Sounds good. Stay safe and stay home. Talk to you soon.